It was almost 10 years ago, but I still remember a conversation I had as a sophomore in college with one of my friends in the cafeteria. I can't remember exactly how the issue came up, but she and I had a debate about whether racial preferences in dating should be considered racist. To me, the answer is an obvious no. It's perfectly acceptable to be attracted to blue eyes over brown eyes, or blonde hair over brunette, or tall over short, or fit over fat, or any combination the heart desires. And it left me really confused that my friend argued the opposite, that if you're attracted to certain races over others, then you're a racist in the same way as someone who believes certain races are superior to others. In the near decade since, a lot of my opinions and perspectives have changed, but that one hasn't. And the reasons I don't think dating preferences are racist are the same reasons I support marriage equality. Because either you're born that way, or it's a choice that harms nobody, or some combination. Some people argue that attraction is nature, that it's all biological or subconscious, in which case I can't fault somebody for having the attraction their biology compels. Some people argue that attraction is nurture, that we can be conditioned to have attraction to certain traits over others, in which case I still see no reason to police other people's preferences. Because even if their preferences are discriminatory, you are not entitled to a date with another person. And if you think that you are, be careful about how aggressively you argue that point. It might be illegal in some states. I don't know what causes a person to be attracted to another. But since arguing with my friend, I have realized this. It seems entirely inconsistent to believe that being gay is obviously innate, but being attracted to certain races over others is obviously a conscious and immoral choice. If I'm attracted to men or to women, that's just natural biology. But if I'm attracted to certain races, well, that's racism, you scumbag. I wish I would have seen that inconsistency more clearly back when I was arguing with my friend. I wonder how she would have responded. If I'm attracted to women, that's because I was born this way. But if I'm attracted to white women or black women or Asian women or whatever women, that's a choice, and I should choose better or more fairly. I could get a hold of my friend, but we haven't spoken for some time, and it seems a bit aggressive to call her up and say,
"Hey, Matt, we haven't spoken in forever. How are you?"
"Hey, remember that argument from 10 years ago? Well, I figured out exactly why you're wrong. Checkmate, bitch."
What? I don't even remember talking about that.
Yeah, I might be misremembering. On second thought, it could have been that other chick. But lucky for me, we do have an actual case to refute. One that's not hypothetical, but is in fact both real and current. Courtesy of the electronic toilet paper factory over at the Huffington Post. An open letter to gay white men. No, you're not allowed to have a racial preference. And doesn't that headline really capture the insufferable spirit of the modern left? It's not an open invitation to think honestly about why we are attracted to certain people over others, what the source of our attraction is, and what role conscious decision-making might play in it. Nope. It's just an authoritarian command from somebody trying to hold your morality hostage to his demands because he's up a tier on the oppression pyramid. Dear gay white men, before I begin, I want you to understand that I'm not calling all of you racist. I've never been one to throw that word around casually. Oh no, of course not. This author only uses that word sparingly and only where necessary, which is, of course, in every single paragraph in this article, in most of them multiple times. Let's start with the epicenter of your problematic behaviors towards my kind, your dating app profile. I know it can be hard to find the right words while expressing your preferences when it comes to what you're looking for in a partner. If the epicenter of the problem in race relations is dating app profiles,
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day get all the bitches.
I'd say we're in pretty good shape, all things considered. To be clear, you're allowed to describe the kind of guy you're looking for and the things that turn you on, but specifying the race of your desired partner is a line that is not to be crossed. It comes off as racist, and that's because it is. Again, you can only be a victim of discrimination when the discrimination involves something to which you are entitled. You are not entitled to other people's dating interests any more than you're entitled to their homes. If you show up to someone's home uninvited and he tells you to get the hell out, you're not a victim in that scenario. But fine, let's follow this reasoning. Because if you can't tell already, this line of thought is going to take us to weird places. So let's say this is a problem. Let's say I should establish a bedroom affirmative action policy and make a conscious effort to date more black people or more Asians. That would be a good thing, right? Just don't be a rice queen or a chocolate chaser. Fetishizing me is not a compliment. It's propping up harmful sexual stereotypes, and it too is racist. I see. Well, that's actually kind of a relief. If we're all racist either way, then your threat to call us racist if we don't obey your command sort of loses meaning. Kind of seems like there's nothing we can do to make our personal relationships please you. Which is great because there's no reason our personal relationships should have to please you anyway. Seems like a win-win to me. We all get to do what we want, and you get the ongoing enjoyment of passing unwarranted judgment onto others. You're saying to yourself, damn, if I don't go for men of color, I'm racist. If I do, I'm racist. Well, yes, if you're making any of your decisions with a person's race in mind, that's racist. What I'm saying is that men of color are still men, and as such, we want people making decisions about our desirability to make them based on who and what we are, and that doesn't begin and end with a few layers of melanin. So you're saying that attraction is a choice, and there are certain conscious decisions we should be making to adjust our attraction in a way that would be socially beneficial. Go on. Fine. I'm a horrible racist asshole. What do I do about it? I can't reprogram myself to find men of color more attractive, some of you might be saying. Actually, you can. As you know, the brain is the largest sexual organ in your body and it's capable of amazing growth. Think of it like learning a new language, but better still, think of it like unlearning a racist one. In social psychology, there's a theory called the mere exposure effect. Simply put, the more we are exposed to someone, the more attractive they become to us. See? There's hope for you after all. Did this guy just accidentally make an argument for gay conversion therapy? Swap out a few words and reread the paragraph. Fine, I'm gay. What do I do about it? I can't reprogram myself to find women more attractive. Actually, you can. Think of it like learning a new language. Better still, think of it like unlearning a homosexual one. The more we are exposed to someone, the more attractive they become to us. See? There's hope for you after all. And that's the bizarre problem we began with. It doesn't make sense to think being gay is an immutable state, something you're born with, but every other aspect of attraction is an obvious choice on which you should be morally judged. And even if attraction is defined by choices, in part or in full, what business of yours are my choices that have no negative effect on you whatsoever? This guy's social justice zealotry has led him full circle into policing people's relationships in the same way a conversion therapy advocate would. And he can't even see it. It's quite a paradox in which to have trapped himself. And the comment section rightfully ripped our author for it. Faced with the difficulty of arguing himself out of an impossible situation, he did what any professional victim would do: fake some harassment. On Twitter, he claims to have received this suggested correction piece to his article: kill yourself, no seriously, end your pathetic, worthless life right now. I'm a straight white man, and I'm only attracted to straight white women. I'd never, ever fuck a African American, a Mexican American, or a slope-headed, flat-faced, very, very nice Asian American. And if you ever tried to tell me I could or couldn't to my face, I'd bash yours in. There's nothing you'd do about it. Can I prove this is fake? Unfortunately not. In fairness, I'm just judging this by the smell test. The bizarre language, the fact that there's no reader name or email listed, even though the HuffPost website requires those items to submit a correction suggestion. These fakes always read in really weird ways that nobody actually speaks. Awkwardly phrased, like, "Greetings, inferior. I am a generic, hateful white male making a timely appearance as a very convenient boogeyman for your victimization narrative. But don't bother searching for me, even though hateful white males like my friends and I are easily found everywhere you look. We prefer to remain anonymous. Just know we are in your area and have ambiguous, violent intent. Good day, second-class citizen. And even if that message is legitimate, it doesn't change the problems with our author's reasoning. If you want the privacy of your own relationships, you must respect the privacy of others. If you believe you are entitled to your own attraction on whatever terms your heart desires, you should extend that entitlement to everyone else. If love is love, as the repeatedly hashtagged mantra with the automatic cutesy emoji insists, then you have no business telling consenting adults how they are or are not allowed to define it for themselves. I can't believe we've reached the point where a gay activist on a progressive platform needs to be reminded that nobody likes a moral busybody policing other people's bedrooms. He's a gay guy actively trying to convert you. Some truly strange reasoning, but as our author notes, it is the current year, and we are under the leadership of the current president. Indeed. Solid points. Tough to argue. Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this channel. Always appreciate that thoughtful discussion down below and especially over on Twitter. That is at ML Christiansen. You're always welcome to come hang out and chat in my live streams. Those are linked down in the description. Looking forward to it. Goodbye.